welcome back everyone. Yeah, hope you can hear me well. If you're ready for the Dhamma talk, can you type number 3? And so I'm aware that you're already there. And today I would like to also recognize the wonderful global system that we actually have people join from 5 continents today. Yeah, we have friends in America, we have friends in Africa, we have friends in Europe. Yeah, Thomas from Netherlands, and in Asia, Mang Nemiton, Sang, and we have Ivy who are now in Sydney, Australia. So in this, small room, we have friends from 5 continents. Amazing, right? Technology can bring us together. Oh, welcome back, Uber. Yeah, he's in Africa right now, right? Heard from Pinning. So in this one room, 5 continents, we are together for peace and learning. Amazing, isn't it? Okay. I will share a slide right now. Now, at first, I have some talk with Dhamma friend, and we discuss about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which is in the Independence, right, Declaration. And for some reason, American culture and the way Americans do things expand around the world in the name of capitalism or globalization. But the pursuit of happiness, it looked like become very challenging. It become the pursuit of loneliness. That we have more things, we have more options, but it feel less connected inside. So I think this might be an interesting topic to discuss today, that with speed of light, technology, business moves so fast, how can we stay grounded and feel not lonely? Yeah, sometimes you among the crowd, but you feel lonely among the crowd. And I'm curious why think that happened. Today we can explore on that interesting phenomena happening right now in the world, right? Okay, I will share my slide. Let's see if you can see. Could you see my slide? Is a full screen or? No, sure. Okay, so like that. Okay, better? Correct. Yeah, loneliness versus solitude. Yes. I think this could be interesting discussion also today. If you will enjoy that conversation. We start with the definition first. Yeah, we heard this term a lot, loneliness, solitude. This is in the standard definition in the dictionary. Loneliness is sadness because one has no friend or company. I think maybe we need to redefine the definition of loneliness, that some people still feel lonely, they have friends and family around them, but still depressed, still lonely. And this is kind of like a old definition, sadness because no friend, no company. Yeah. And solitude actually is not good or bad. the state or situation of being alone. Yeah, solitude. It could be good, it could be bad. It can be the positive solitude. It can be a negative solitude. And this is by original meaning. I'm sure that with the modern day context, they put loneliness and solitude like a versus kind of loneliness is not good, and then solitude is good. Today we're gonna look more, and then through some research in the last few days, I found out, oh, loneliness is not totally bad. There's some interesting side of loneliness as a reminder of your need for some social connection, like the way we feel hungry. And that hunger lets us know that, oh, you need food. Yeah, we will explore that more interesting, and we welcome any discussion. Okay, I have one interesting video, like just few minutes, that might give a very good introduction to our discussion today. Let's see, we share the video. Do come up? Yep.
Everybody feels lonely from time to time. When we have no one to sit next to at lunch, when we move to a new city, or when nobody has time for us at the weekend. But over the last few decades, this occasional feeling has become chronic for millions. In the UK, 60% of 18 to 34-year-olds say they often feel lonely. In the US, 46% of the entire population feel lonely regularly. We are living in the most connected time in human history, and yet an unprecedented number of us feel isolated. Being lonely and being alone are not the same thing. You can be filled with bliss by yourself and hate every second surrounded by friends. Loneliness is a purely subjective, individual experience. If you feel lonely, you are lonely. A common stereotype is that loneliness only happens to people who don't know how to talk to people or how to behave around others. But population-based studies have shown that social skills make practically no difference for adults when it comes to social connections. Loneliness can affect everybody. Money, fame, power, beauty, social skills, a great personality. Nothing can protect you against loneliness because it's part of your biology. Loneliness is a bodily function, like hunger. Hunger makes you pay attention to your physical needs. Loneliness makes you pay attention to your social needs. Your body cares about your social needs because millions of years ago it was a great indicator of how likely you were to survive. Natural selection rewarded our ancestors for collaboration and for forming connections with each other. Our brains grew and became more and more fine-tuned to recognize what others thought and felt and to form and sustain social bonds. Being social became part of our biology. You were born into groups of 50 to 150 people, which you usually stayed with for the rest of your life. Getting enough calories, staying safe and warm, or caring for offspring was practically impossible alone. Being together meant survival. Being alone meant death. So it was crucial that you got along with others. For your ancestors, the most dangerous threat to survival was not being eaten by a lion, but not getting the social vibe of your group and being excluded. To avoid that, your body came up with social pain. Pain of this kind is an evolutionary adaptation to rejection. A sort of early warning system to make sure you stop behavior that would isolate you. Your ancestors who experienced rejection as more painful were more likely to change their behavior when they got rejected and thus stayed in the tribe, while those who did not got kicked out and most likely died. That's why rejections hurt, and even more so, why loneliness is so painful.
Oh, keep a big hand. Huh? You can try number 5. Yeah, you can try number 5 that if you think that, oh, this video very interesting, right? Like informative and engaging. You can easily find this video on YouTube. You just type loneliness. It's the most popular video. 21 million views, if I am correct. A lot of people see this. The full video about 13 minutes that talk about the beginning and then lead to the modern day. Very interesting. It gives you some glimpse of the concept. Yeah, let's get back to the key idea. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I really like the statement that they explain that loneliness is a kind of subjective individual experience. I think that's very interesting. It's kind of a personality. If you feel lonely, you are lonely. Even you have friends and families and party, if you feel lonely, you are lonely. So put it simple, you don't need to be alone to feel lonely. I think that's very kind of dramatic to look at New York City, right? So crowded, so many people, but the rate of loneliness is high. And in some cases, loneliness killing is very sad. And that could be a part of our discussion today also, that how about the people who want to be alone, introvert, and then extrovert, that being alone, they feel good, they find solitude, positive time, right? But for extrovert, that they need to be around with someone to feel good. So will this introvert and extrovert personality affects how we feel more loneliness or less loneliness? Yeah, we can discuss about that. Do we really need company? Do we really need someone to feel good, or we don't need at all? I think another part that quite interesting that it shows that loneliness is not always bad, right? In the video it said hunger make you pay attention to your physical need. Without hunger sign, you are dead. So loneliness make you pay attention to your social need. While reflecting to this kind of scientific finding, it really showed me the middle way. Yeah, nothing is totally on the extreme side. Like we need the middle way. So sometimes we feel lonely. We try to look into what this loneliness is trying to tell me and what we can do about it. This is interesting quote from Albert Einstein. It's not so old, it's recent, like maybe less than 5 years. They found out this note, it became an auction, and this letter alone, it cost millions of dollars. Because of auction in Israel, they found that Einstein, in the year that he won Nobel Prize, he was in Japan for his academic tour, the lecture, and then he write down in German language, a calm and modest life bring more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness, right? Yeah. Who will have more spotlight than him in those days? War, scientific experiment, but he wanted to be alone. And no question, right? So Einstein, many genius, they are introvert. They are not extrovert. Many one who change the world, they are spending time alone, yeah, and try to come up with something great. I review this quote again. That will be good for our discussion. Buddha said, monk, there are these two kinds of happiness. What two? The happiness bound with acquisition, and the happiness without acquisition. Of these two kinds of happiness, the happiness without acquisition is foremost. When we feel that we want to be around with the people, it's outside, right? But if we can find happiness within ourselves, that is without acquisition, that you just live your life that way and you feel good. We are advertised all the time about happiness with acquisition, that you need to buy this, you need to be with this celebrity, you need to join this concert, this and that to feel good, right? But in reality, we know that that's why we learn Dharma. We try to find inner peace because advertisement, marketing keep us unhappy and yearning for another thing. And the happiness without acquisition, you don't need to acquire anything to feel happy. And possibly you can overcome loneliness, not by looking outside, but looking inside. Another quote that I often use, peace of mind surpasses all kinds of happiness. Yeah, that's what Buddha shared with us, that when you have peace of mind, it's great. But in reality, peace of mind is not so easy, right, to achieve on a daily basis. Yeah, that's life condition, especially in the modern day. So many factors make us lose peace of mind at home, at office, or world situation. Yeah, the more you connect with the social movement or anything, that it looks like bad news more than good news, right? But how we can stay connect but not worry, that's the key thing, that how we still can connect so we can influence it in a good way. Yeah, but how to stay kind of protected, we need daily practice. Again, meditation, now I call it my shower. It's not a fashion thing, it's a fundamental thing. Yeah, like if we lack physical shower, we cannot live well, right? Physical shower. My shower, so if we lack my shower, we cannot live well. We lost the ability to stay sane and be in the present moment, and no question. My shower is not everywhere. It's not everywhere. So that's why we have a lot of people let their greed, hatred, and delusion guide their life. Even they don't know, with their ego, they even feel proud to be guided with those negative things. This is from my master, Long Pa Dhammachayo, my teacher. I learned the middle way meditation from him. He said, peace of mind is like an oxygen. Yeah. What's that? We sleep, we open eye, we need oxygen 24 hours. So he said, it should not be our option. We should practice close eye meditation, open eye meditation, and try our best to have peace of mind in every moment. When you walk, when you talk, when you do any work, I'm sure it's not so simple, yeah, to achieve that in a hectic world. But that's the goal. That's the direction that once we have peace of mind, he said, without it, we die from true happiness. We will be misguided with some relationship, with some promotion in the company, or those things that is not true happiness. It comes and go. True happiness is avoid bad, do good, purify the mind. That you're a good person and you do good and you feel good. You think good, speak good. Wow. So the direction is very much like don't worry about feel lonely. If you meditate, if you find peace of mind, you're free from loneliness. It's not so simple like that. If you are enlightened, yes, you don't need anyone anymore. You are enlightened, and then no fear, no. But if you're not enlightened yet, there's something fundamental in the science show up. This guy, Robert Vandiger, gave a TED talk, one of the most popular one, that talk about 70-year research on happiness at Harvard University. So they try to collect the data. The first researcher group already dead. They pass on to the next generation. So he's a current director of that happiness research center at Harvard. And 70-year research and talk to so many people that talk to them when they're young, like a teenage, and keep data until they turn 90 years old, 100 years old, something like that. Very interesting research. And ask those people that when you look back, when you are turning 90 or 100, what really made you happy? And the answer come out. It's not the big car. It's not I'm the richest one in the world. Trusted relationship bring true happiness. You have someone that truly loves you. You have someone that you can rely on. When I listen to this for the first time, it kind of contradicts with what I believe that, wow, true meditation, peace of mind, it should be fine. It should be fine. But when I researched further, I found this thing that it's kind of the middle way, balance. If we rely our true happiness on the trusted relationship, right? You imagine what will happen if that trusted relationship going to end when dying come, when someone that you truly love, they're in deep pain, yeah, in the hospital, something like that. So maybe challenging also that if you don't have peace of mind, that trusted relationship maybe have some side effect also, yeah. This is my personal view. We can discuss about that. I found this one is a conversation between two enlightened ones, Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahakotita. Venerable Sariputta, yeah, we heard this name, right? He's a great disciple of the Buddha and wisdom. So Venerable Mahakotita also enlightened, but he not expert in wisdom. He asked Venerable Sariputta, friend, asked Venerable Sariputta, how many conditions are there for the arising of the right view? Yeah, that's the beginning of the Noble Eightfold Path. Like if I will be enlightened, if I will walk the path that wholesome, positive, good, what should be the condition? And Venerable Sariputta replied, friend, there are two conditions for the arising of right view, the voice of another and wise attention. Wow, what's that? These are two conditions for the arising of the right view. So in Pali, it said yoniso manasikara, it wise attention, self-thought. Yeah, it kind of personal development that give you peace of mind, give you clarity, what make me lonely, what make me happy, and you're clear about it, self-thought. However, Venerable Sariputta, who are the enlightened one, he replied that you need good friend too, because he knew not everyone enlightened yet. And if you're not enlightened yet, you still have fear and you not achieve that peace of mind every day. So you need the voice of another. Sometimes we call kalanamita, good friend. I guess to overcome loneliness and to find the solitude to be the good time. Why? When you're among a lot of people, you feel okay too, that you can connect with them, you can have peace of mind. We need both. Self-taught, Yoniso Manasikara, wise attention, we learn and practice, and we connect to someone. We connect to someone who are kind, wise, and lift your life up to the new level. Okay.